That's because that was the Roman Empire, and they're just hiding under the name of America. So they defeated the British, and in 1776, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and all that other bullshit was established. And then so now you have the Roman Empire ruling from that point on, establishing the Northern Kingdom of the United States. And then what happened to the British? They didn't go back home. They just developed themselves into Democrats, and they took over the South. Pay very close attention to the things that I'm about to say in this video. A lot of people, they're going to be in denial, but I'm not speaking to any other race of people but Negroes. So Negroes from wherever you are in the world, follow along to this video because I'm going to awaken y'all. A lot of y'all are still oppressed by your slave master. You still believe what you learned in school. You still believe your lies that you learned in college. You still believe what the white man told you. You still believe that Christ died on the cross 2,000 years ago, when the same people who are telling you that Christ died on the cross 2,000 years ago, that whole entire organization are Satanists, and that's ran by the Vatican. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys that black people are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Negroes, 12 tribes of Israel that's got scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And also, I want to be showing you that that land that they have over there that's close to the Middle East called Israel, that's not the real land that the Bible speaks of. It's over here in America. Now, forgive me for not knowing how to draw America correctly, but y'all follow along and I'll do the best that I can to break this down to you. I'll post up a picture right here to show you how America started and what happened and why are we here? Why are we in a situation that's so deep? And why do we worry about our history, and why do we worry about not having knowledge, and why don't we have knowledge? So if y'all can follow along, I would like just to get deep into this. Okay, so Christ did not die 2,000 years ago. And as I'm explaining it up here on this whiteboard, you will see that he did not die 2,000 years ago. So follow along with this and you'll be amazed. A lot of people would just automatically say that this is not true. Of course, white people were going to say that because they're all about covering up our history in the first place. So I wanted to awaken y'all is that, first of all, where are you getting that Christ died 2,000 years ago? Where is that coming at? Does the Bible tell you that? So let's look at our history. So I'm going to start off with talking about the book of Daniel, and then I'm going to go all the way up into this present moment with the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. And I've been telling people this in multiple videos, but y'all still don't want to listen. So hopefully if 2 or 3 people will listen, they can awaken their family and they can be able to tell the truth about what really went on in America. So in the book of Daniel, it talks about 4 beasts that's going to rise up and pretty much going to interfere with the children of Israel. So the first beast was Nebuchadnezzar, right? So the Persian Empire came and destroyed Nebuchadnezzar and inherited the Israelites as slaves. That was the Arab slave trade. If you watch my videos, you will see that. The Arabs had Negroes into captivity. Now the Persian Empire was defeated by who? The Greek Empire. So all throughout the world, the Persian Empire ruled until the Greeks rose up with Alexander the Great. And that was Alexander the Great coming to America as the Greek Empire and ruling over the whole entire America and taking Israelites into kind of like a small captivity. It wasn't a major captivity, and I'm going to get into this because Alexander the Great did not put the Israelites into slavery when he came over to America. Now, you have not learned this in school. Listen, your education was passed down through people that are in occult groups. Your teachers, your principals, they're all involved with the satanic occults. They're not teaching you this information because they're lying to Negroes to begin with, and then they're also lying to their own people. And so I want to show you guys an article of a confession of Hitler explaining to one of his soldiers about the American black people. So follow along. Hitler's confessions. Hitler said even in this death he will start World War III. One of his soldiers asked how. Hitler replied, "The day mankind finds out what I was trying to defend this nation Germany from, then that's the day World War III will start. For on that day, mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews. For if the American wins the war, then they will conquer the world and forever be a slave to the Jews, and they will try to conquer God. Do you know who America has in its possessions?" "No," the soldier replied. "The Americas has the jewels of God. The Americans have stolen God's precious jewels." "What do you mean, his precious jewels?" the soldier asked. Hitler said, "America has stolen the Jews of God, his jewelry, the Negroes. They are the true Hebrews." So even Adolf Hitler was pretty much saying that he had put the Jews into captivity because they was going to rule the world, and they had put a whole mass distraction and confusion upon the whole world to convince the world that they were the real Israelites and the real Jews, and that black people were nothing. So I wanted to point that out to y'all. And then so later on I want to get to why I'm even talking about this being the Egyptian Sea. So the Gulf of Mexico is the Egyptian Sea, and I'm going to prove it to you. Now, right here, right around this particular area is Egypt. This is Egypt, right around this area. Now, the Nile River passes through this particular area. Not the Nile River, the Mississippi River. Forgive me that I said that. The Nile River is not even in the Bible. So when people talk about over there in the Middle East, that being the Jordan River or whatever you want to call it, or is it being the Egyptian river, that's not true. The Mississippi River is the Egyptian Sea. It runs into the Egyptian Sea. Okay? I don't know why anybody is even talking mess about that. So this broke off into 7 different streams, and I'm going to show y'all this right here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 15. "And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry shot." So it broke off into 7 different streams. Now, the reason why this is very important to call this Egypt is because when God sent his people into captivity for I don't know how many times he has sent Negroes into captivity, but we were already in Egypt the first time with Moses. Then Moses took us up out of here, and he put us back, and he put us into the land of Israel. Moses never went to the land of Israel, but we was allowed to go to the land of Israel. And then later on, we fell, and then Nebuchadnezzar dispersed us, and then we were able to be put back together by the Persian Empire through King Cyrus, putting us back into our lands. And then we fell into debauchery again. You see how Negroes operate in this world. And then we fell into debauchery again, and then we sinned. God punished us, and then the Greek Empire put us back into slavery, and we went right back into Egypt. So when they say that we went into Egypt with ships, we went down the Mississippi River in ships. And that's how we got there. Now, I just want to say this, that in the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, it talks about putting us into ships. I'm going to read that right now so you guys can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoken to thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
and thou shalt be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So, from what I just read and from the pictures that I just sent you guys and everything that you have understanding on, where did that happen to those Jews over there that's close to the Middle East? When did they ever go into captivity in ships in any history? They never went into captivity ships, period. You know, whatever happened in 1948, that was not no ship captivity. It never happened. And then at the same exact time, I got a scripture for y'all just in case y'all haven't known. And this is the scripture.
Deuteronomy 21 verse 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
This is talking about any man that has hung from a tree is accursed. Now, those Jews never hung from trees, but Negroes did, because we're cursed by God, because we fell from the law, statutes, and commandments. We was disobeying God. So as a race, Christ first took that first hanging on a tree. And my other video where I'm talking about Esau, at the end of that video, Christ took that took the first curse, which is hanging from a tree. And so all the Israelites had to go through that particular captivity. Now, right here, where you see this red dot right here, now I want to tell you how Alexander the Great was, how his kingdom was established to right now and what you see today. See, when Alexander the Great came to America and they divided themselves up after he died, his 4 generals came out. I'm telling you, you had Rome, you had Britain, you had Spain, and you have France. Those people, as you can see on this map, I'm gonna show you the map. The only ones that's not mentioned is Rome, and I'm gonna get to that. That's a good point. All of these people, Spain, Britain, and France, came to the U.S. and they took over the children of Israel. You had light-skinned and dark-skinned 12 tribes of Israel that was put into captivity by the Brits, put into captivity by the French, put into captivity by Spain, and also put into captivity by Rome. But Rome is not showing you guys themselves in this particular picture. But why are they not showing themselves to you? That's because Rome is hiding under the disguise of America. And I want to show you guys this. So in 1607 to 1775, but I'll get into what happened in 1776. So from 1607, right, you had the British Empire ruling. This right here, this red dot is Jamestown, Virginia. Right here where you see this red stuff, all the British was occupying this. So let's write this down. This was the British that was occupying these particular territories, as you've seen in my picture. So y'all have to think about this, because I always said that the Brits had a very big role into America. So if the British were the first ones in America, literally the first ones, and they occupied this particular land over here. Now, who got into a battle in the Revolutionary War, which was 1775, and then America won that particular war, and then they became the United States of America. But what was it before the United States of America? When British was ruling the Americas for a little bit, almost close to 150 years, when British Empire was ruling, it was called the United Colonies. It wasn't the United States, it was the United Colonies. They was ruling over the children of Israel. Now I wanted to show you that the Greek Empire, through Alexander the Great, that was a democracy. When he went into 4 different factions, and those different generals split up and they became Rome, Britain, France, Spain, British Empire took on the characteristics of the democracy. And they've always been like that all the way up until this present day. You know, even with that monarchy nonsense, they still was a democracy. So they're a democracy. So what happened and what goes on through a democracy, and what happened in this particular situation, and why are they still ruling to this day in our country? And I'm talking about black people's country, because the Indians, you show me and you tell me why y'all will come over to America, destroy American Indians, destroy them all, and then say, oh, we have nobody left, and then go over to Africa and grab a couple of Negroes and bring them over here and treat them as slaves. Y'all came over here, and the people that was already here, y'all used them as slaves, which was Negroes in America. That whole American Indian story, y'all made it up. Now, there was Mexicans involved, which is Moabites. There were all different types of people that were enslaved. The Egyptians, they beat up the Egyptians pretty bad. See, the Egyptians are all mixed up, and y'all don't know who they are, and y'all don't know where they are. And the Bible would prophesy that all these people are going to get messed up for laughing at the children of Israel for when the Israelites went into destruction. These people were laughing at the Israelites, so that's why God destroyed them. Most of the United States was taken over by British and Spain, and I would like to get onto these Brits, but first, before I do that, I would like to say, throughout the Spanish captivity, they took out the people that was here in America. Spain and France took out the light-skinned Negroes and put them into the islands over there in the Dominican Republics, the Puerto Ricos, the Cubans, all of that. And they were more Negroid way back then, back in the 1600s. That's why I say Christ did not die 2,000 years ago, because y'all have to pay attention to this. The British Empire, the Roman Empire, the French Empire, the Spanish Empire wasn't formed until after Alexander the Great had came over here. When you see Rome pop up, that's when Christ pops up. And that was back in the 1600s. And I really would like you guys to understand this, because I don't understand where you're getting this whole entire 2,000 years from. So Christ did not die 2,000 years ago. I'm trying to tell you it was more like 400 to 500 years ago. Alexander the Great touched down into Americas in the 1500s. Over the course of time, they divided themselves up into four factions. I keep telling you guys, and I'm gonna have to keep repeating myself. It was the British Empire, the French Empire, the Spanish Empire, and the Roman Empire. If I got that wrong, I'm moving too fast. So the British Empire in 1775 were defeated by America, by the Americans. But who are the Americans? Where did these people just come up at? That's because that was the Roman Empire, and they're just hiding under the name of American. So they defeated the British, and in 1776, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and all that other bullshit was established. And then so now you have the Roman Empire ruling from that point on, establishing the Northern Kingdom of the United States. And then what happened to the British? They didn't go back home. They just developed themselves into Democrats, and they took over the South. And so now you have Rome at the top. Now I'm gonna show you this. Let me cut this off. Watch this. You have Rome at the top, which is Republicans, and then right here you have, well, just make this the British Empire, which is the Democrats. So I'm gonna show you something. You have the Democrats, which is the British, and you have Rome, which is the Republic. Now look, all that for the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know how to say the Pledge of Allegiance because I can care less about it. For which it to the Republic and which it stands, one nation under God. Why are they saying to the Republic for which it stands? That's because Rome beat the British, and then they established the whole entire northern part of America, and they called it America. They gave the British their own people down there in the South. And I want to show you pictures real fast so you can see. America was based upon Roman symbolism. They took over the America when it was 1776 was established under Roman principles. All of the military logo and the eagle, the bald eagle, is all Roman. All these pictures that they're showing you of ancient Rome, I'm telling you, they're making those pictures up. They literally made those pictures up. There's no such thing as those being Romans. Now, instead of those, you probably figured out, well, what are those pictures? Those were Greeks. That was based upon the Greek Empire. Now I want to show you this picture right here. Look at this Confederate flag, right? And look at the United Kingdom in England and Scotland and in the Northern Ireland and Wales. You know, look at these particular flags and then look at the Confederate flag. And then all that has to tie in, and it has to do with the British Empire joined in an alliance with Rome. Eventually, and I'll get on to it because y'all are confused, and I know y'all are very confused, like, wow, I never learned this information. Y'all are never going to learn this information anywhere. Y'all are blind and stupid. When y'all are sinners, and I'm so glad I'm talking like this because nobody's going to be as passionate on any YouTube as passionate as I am. The reason why y'all can't see this is because y'all are sinners. And I'm talking about you Negroes out there. Y'all are alcoholics. Y'all are weed heads. Y'all don't know how to concentrate. Y'all out here screwing each other. Y'all out here killing each other. Y'all are sinners. So y'all not going to understand this. You get knowledge through prayer and fasting and saying and staying, you know, a holy and righteous person. Y'all are never going to understand this if y'all don't get y'all life together. Follow Christ. Now pay attention. The British Empire joined an alliance. After a while, I'm trying to tell you guys, these people been fighting for years to try to control the children of Israel. All of those presidents and George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and all these silly bastards like that, those were all part of the secret societies out there, the Freemasons and all that. Why? Because they keep in secret. Y'all probably like, what's the secret? The secret is that they're really Rome, and the British is exposing themselves, but Rome don't want you to Rome does not want you to know that they rule the world. America rule the world. The Vatican over there, they rule the world. They done ruled over the United States. They made the United States themselves. Now, when you see the flag, they took the British flag, they took their symbolism, Roman symbolism, the star, the colors, everything. The military, they formed an alliance. Britain and Rome both joined together with military and the United States, because this was the United Colonies. So if they have all of these states united, obviously Britain has to unite with them. British, all of those people are the Democrats. They were down there in the South bringing slavery. The British Empire brought slavery to America. That's 100% a fact. Regardless if you believe what I'm saying right here, the British Empire had the first slaves in Jamestown, Virginia. And they brought the slaves over. And I want to get to another point right here, because Christopher Columbus came to Americas, right? And so if you look throughout history in the Bible, this is an eye-opener right now. Where was corn originated? It was originated in Mexico. How come it didn't come over to to Europe into the 1600s? What happened there that Europe didn't get corn into the 1600s? In the Bible, it talks about Egypt having corn. That's why everybody was fleeing to Egypt, so they could get some corn, right? So if corn originated down here, why? I must be telling the truth here. Christopher Columbus took corn back to Europe. They never even seen it before. So corn was originated down here. That's another eye-opener. And please miss me with that, well, corn means something different in the Bible. No, corn means corn. You're a sinner, and that's the reason why you're saying it means something different. Put down the liquor and maybe you can see it clear. So later on, let's fast forward, and I want to show you guys actually, hold on one second, because I'm going to move through this fast. If this video is any more than 30 minutes long, y'all going to fall apart and forget about what I'm saying because y'all's attention span is too short because y'all ignorant. Look at all these pyramids in Mexico. These pyramids are more together than these Egyptian pyramids. Look at these things. Look at all these statues and all that. Y'all don't see this? Look at that. Look at these pyramids. Y'all see that? So that's another eye opener. How did all these pyramids get in Mexico? I must be right about saying that he's Egyptian. Y'all follow along. So let's fast forward to Abraham Lincoln, the Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire went against the Democrats down there, the Confederates. See, the British became the Confederates and the Democrats. They forced slavery. The Rome was really against slavery. I'm not saying they was good people. I'm saying because they put Christ on the cross in the Americas in the 1600s. That happened. They put Christ on the cross. They hung him from a tree, and right around that time, they was hanging a lot of people from trees. Y'all getting this? They were hanging a lot of black people from trees. And wait, here's the scripture right here where Christ died on a tree. Right here.
Acts 5 verse 30. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
So as you can see, Christ died on a tree because he took on the curse for the first time to show black people that he's taking on their curse. He's walking in their shoes. So in America during the 1600s, Christ died. And the Romans put him on the cross. They sent him down and allowed for him to die on the cross, which was the crossbar that was hung from a tree. And a lot of Negroes after that hung on a tree. So I want y'all to see that back in 1864, when they had this civil war, it was the Romans versus the Democrats once more. People say it was because of labor and different things like that. Who cares what it was about? The war happened, and it made Romans and Democrats come together even tighter after that. They say that Rome won. Okay, let's say Rome won, which we all know that the Republicans won that war, right? So now they get more rulership. But every 8 years, here's the thing, when they split up the United States, and all this became, slavery became free, that was God just taking off the beating that's the reason why that war happened. So God could take off the beating that the children of Israel had to suffer. But every 8 years, watch this, every 8 years, we rotate the Democrats and the Republicans to rule over us. We rotate Rome and Britain to rule over us. And we all in love with these politicians. So now I'm gonna give y'all the truth. These politicians are Satanists. And all your celebrities are Satanists too. That's the reason why they're not gonna come out with this information. I want to show y'all guys something. Deshaun Jackson posted up this article. I'm gonna read this article. Look.
Hitler said, because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America's secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all of this time they have been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. They will fear God will destroy them as he destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elite, the Illuminati, keeps this a secret at all costs. After I die, I will one day cause World War III just by this message, which will be like planting a seed in a people's mind until it sprouts. Once they nurture that seed and seek more truth and learn that Hitler was right.
So, as you can see, Deshaun Jackson tried to, and this was back when he played for the Eagles. He put out that article. That's the reason why he was having a hard time finding a team, because he had to apologize for that, because he was an anti-Semite after that, right? I'm letting you guys know now. I'm going to go on to reading the book of Deuteronomy 28 all the way through to verse 68. And I want you guys, and I'm going to put up pictures too. I want you guys to know that that is really something that happened here in America with black folks.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Verse 32. The sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with long going for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hands. Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt not be only oppressed and crushed away. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person old, nor show favor to the young. Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoken to thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and thou shalt be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So now that I've had put that video out there, those pictures, you tell me if that sounds like those tanned white people over there in the Middle East, that being the real Israelites. They didn't have to face that. Picking vineyards, people taking their houses, the kids being taken away from them. Everywhere they go in the world, people laughing at them and the reason why black people, the Israelites, they was going everywhere in the world and people was messing with them, they was calling them niggers everywhere. Nigger, everywhere they go. Nigger, a byword. That didn't happen to these Jews. They ruling the world. So let me make this clear. Let me put this down, because this is about to be the end of my video right here. Let me just make this clear real fast. You ignorant Negroes don't want to know this information because y'all are too caught up into the world. Y'all too caught up in dancing. Y'all too caught up in fornication. Y'all too caught up in being cool. Y'all too caught up with baby mama drama and all these different sports. Y'all don't want to know this information. Meanwhile, these people, the British and the Republic and the Rome, are plotting against you, plotting to put the thing in your arm, all that. And y'all don't even want to pay attention to this. Y'all don't know how to hunt. Y'all don't know how to take care of y'all kids. Y'all don't know how to develop a positive attitude towards y'all family. Y'all don't want to do any of this. So they're going to come out here and destroy y'all. And y'all don't even care. Y'all don't even care about America being Egypt and Israel at the same time. Now, if you want to learn what Israel is, I don't want to lie to y'all. I don't know where Israel is. I've been destroyed. I don't know where Israel is, but I know where Egypt is, and I know that we had to serve slavery down here. And all the light-skinned Negroes had to go down to the islands, and they had to learn Spanish. And they had to learn French down there, over there in Jamaica, and you have the Haitians down there learning French. Those people are Israelites also. Benjamin and Hades, and Jamaica, they all, Cuba, Dominican Republic, I'm telling you, those darker skinned people that's darker than me, those are Israelites. Judah had to do most of the Egyptian captivity, the dark skinned Negroes. This is real. But y'all don't want to learn. Y'all still caught up in music. Listen, all of your musicians go through what you would call, like Sigma Pi Phi, and the Boule, and the Blue Bloods, and the secret society, and the orders like that. They go through the Freemasonic orders. When they get to the top, they don't teach them this information. They teach them so much witchcraft and take their mind away from this. That's why they can't teach you this. It's like the movie Get Out. They're really in a sunken place. They'll never learn this information because they took that satanic route. They'll never give you this information. Y'all still attracted to the stupid music. They put rap music in the black community to send us to hell. All that killing and shooting and twerking and rapping about nothing. They all know that this is true. I'm talking about, they all know that they put that music out to control us, but they don't know that they're Israel. They're Satanists. Your favorite rappers, Jay-Z, a Satanist. Drake, a Satanist. They're all Satanists. I'm letting you straight up know. And now, if the rock music, they're Satanists too. You can go back all the way. What's that guy? I was born by the river. That guy, Sam Cooke, Satanist. I'm letting you know it goes deep. The British Empire in 1948 developed the state of Israel, the fake state of Israel, and then Israel developed the music industry in Hollywood. And then Hollywood put the whole entire satanic Skull and Bones and all these other different Masonic orders in front of your face and put the actors in front of your face, and Hollywood magic. Hollywood is a tree, is a satanic tree. All this stuff. They gave us Halloween, they gave us Christmas. You'll be serving a land that's wood and stone. The wood is the cross, which we're not supposed to be worshiping the cross, and the stone is the Mecca stone with all that Islam and all that. Y'all need to get it together. You mean to tell me a light-skinned nigga that's inside of his garage on a whiteboard that can't even make America correctly? You mean to tell me I can break all this down, but your pastors and preachers don't know what I'm talking about? I'm letting you guys know the truth. Open up your eyes. America is Israel. We've been already over here. They didn't go and grab us from Africa. That's a lie. Now, you probably see the slave voyages and all that. Watch this. That's the white people coming from over there and coming over here. Yeah, it's on record, but who were on the ships? It was white people. Once they did all the destruction, all of this right here was soldiers and all this. Once the soldiers established beating us down, then they went over and grabbed their own people and put us over here, and then brought those people from over here and started shipping most of us out that they didn't need and put us in Africa. And since we like screwing, we populated Africa. Look at that. They took the Egyptians from out of here and put them over there in Africa. Whipped them and beat them. Yes, it is prophesied that the Egyptians was going to go in the slave trade on ships. You can look this up. They shipped them over there. And I'm letting you guys know the truth, and y'all think this is stupid because you ready to watch your next Nicki Minaj twerking video. Y'all better pay attention. Follow Christ. Why are you following these stupid people on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that? Y'all are ignorant. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. This is the proof right here. Proof in the pudding that y'all are destroyed because y'all don't have no knowledge. Y'all want to run around and smoke Newports, having child after child after child with multiple women. Y'all are addicted to all types of nonsense. And yes, I'm being real. And ain't none of y'all gonna stop me either. What, like, seriously, y'all people that watch these movies and y'all in love with Jay-Z and y'all in love with Beyonce, y'all in love with Satanists? Really? Is this how far down in debauchery that y'all have taken yourselves? That y'all in love with witches and warlocks? I'm trying to tell you, your favorite rapper is a Satanist. And now I'm kind of tired of talking to y'all. So this is going to be the end of my video, all right?